The importance of prioritizing conversation over debate. I know this distinction. This is an important distinction to have in your interactions with people online and offline. Yet the other day I found myself in what I thought was a conversation, but it was actually a debate. And turns out this wasn't very helpful. And so I'm going to share this distinction with you today. And also I'm sharing it with you so I can remind myself to think about this in the future. So I was online. We were discussing a very sensitive issue that's important to me. And I found myself in having this conversation, but looking back, I was trying to convince them. That is what debates are all about. It's about winning or losing, being right or wrong. It's about convincing the other person to take your side. And so rarely, someone might give in, but rarely do you actually win the debate if you really think about it. Now, the Latin root of the word convince is to conquer. Bingo. Who wants to be conquered, right? No one. I don't, you don't. This is not something that we enjoy. So instead of, when you get in these situations, think about, ask yourself, am I trying to convince the other person? Am I trying to persuade the other person? And if so, you're having a debate. Now, a conversation is totally different. It's about asking questions. And the Latin root of the word conversation is about changing together. So when you enter a conversation, even with someone that you disagree with on a lot of things, you got to be open to changing a little bit, and hopefully they're open to changing a little bit, and then you can start to find meaningful ground, meaningful stories, and have a meaningful interaction. And here's the other thing. It's hard to have a conversation digitally on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is. You're not really having a conversation. When you're posting comments, when you disagree with someone strongly, you're probably opening a debate, and that's okay. Just be aware that you're entering debate territory, and this is not a conversation. So don't expect both sides to be changed, and don't really expect a lot of meaningful interaction or common ground in those situations, because it's just different. So today in your conversations that you're having, look at your speaking to listening ratio. If you're listening more than you're speaking, you might be having a conversation. If you're speaking more than listening, guess what? You're probably having a debate. And if you're debating, again, that's fine. Don't beat yourself up about it, but just note that the end is probably not going to feel very good. Even if you win or you conquer the other person's argument, it may not take meaningful ground for the future. When we're talking about sensitive issues, we're talking about really important issues that are facing our world and our communities and our families and our friends. Conversation is a much more positive place to be.